All right, on this episode of Bowks Talking Bouts, always got to shout out the sponsors, Sovereign Extracts. You can check them out for some great CBD oils, as well as a variety of cartridges, THC, CBD, and the like. Also, we've got USG Canada. They're putting out great apparel for boxers, MMA fighters, and fans alike. Got a big event going at XFC 43. It's happening on November the 11th, and a lightweight tilt going between Jose Caceres and Tom O'Connor. And I've got Tom on the show right now. How's your training going?
That's awesome.
Yeah, getting in workout in Lethbridge, from what I understand. Progressive Fighting Academy, still the spot there. You and Brad Wall getting in that good work.
Yep. Yeah, we've been working hard, and the team is really. I mean, with COVID, there was that uncertainty of the gyms being able to open up again, and as soon as they did, everybody was in the gym, and it was kind of awesome to see a big resurgence. Like, you'd expect that, but there's still that uncertainty, and the whole team got right back to it. So, feeling good to have a goal to work towards.
Yeah, and I mentioned Brad Wall there, but like sparring partner wise, like who are you getting in work with there ahead of this fight here?
So I have a really solid team of everyone here in Lethbridge helping me out. I'm sparring with Connor Derry, Cody Jerome, Colton Menzak, Ryan Lee. Our black belt here is Scott Ward. He's insane. And then all of the other amateur fighters, I got Austin Geddes and Caden. He's killing it and just putting the pressure on me. Like, they're really leveling up after this. And then I also got some guys from CMC working with me, and Lee Mean helping out, putting me through some training. And Tim Smackie coming out, and Spencer Rahovi. So they've been really working hard as well, and greatly appreciated when you're not sure the partners you can get, and then everyone actually shows up and puts it on you. That's a good place to be.
Yeah, it's cool to see that Lethbridge crossover too, like some of the CMC guys working with like some of the PFA guys and whatnot. That's a cool thing. I also understand you're getting some work in Calgary too, or you were looking to at least, with Anderson Goncalves. Did that ever end up coming to fruition?
Yeah, no, I've worked with him really closely over my whole career, honestly, just learning jiu-jitsu from him, and he's our head black belt, well, my head black belt, and I got my brown belt from him. So the lineage is there, but with this fight camp, I wasn't able to make it up to Calgary at all, just with the cohorts and making sure I control the number of people I actually come in contact with. I don't want to be having a fight canceled because of that. So I've been trying to stay on my P's and Q's in that mindset, and yeah, so I haven't got up there yet, which is unfortunate, but everything he's passed down is still rolling, so that's good.
Yeah, fair enough. I understand the mindset for sure, man. But it seems like also bringing it back to the, Lethbridge connection, it seems like hard training has been a staple recently, like getting in some of the strength and conditioning work there. How has working there leveled up your game?
Oh, hard training has not only leveled up my game, but changed my life and my whole perspective of training as a whole. Like, growing up, I was always into sports, and okay, you got to be in the gym, you got to do this, you got to eat right, and all these things. But the amount of specificity that Trev goes into and just shows me what the right way of each individual thing is, what the reason behind every single training method is, making sure your rest time is important, your sleep, from top to bottom, the whole program, breathing, mindfulness, all of these things come into getting stronger, and he works with the athletes with that, and him teaching me that and getting to work there, and then not only work there, but use the strength and conditioning systems that he's taught me has been life-changing.
Yeah, you mentioned the past as an athlete there, like you had the hockey and rugby background there when you were out in Fort Macleod and whatnot. So yeah, that's cool that it's like a linear kind of thing, like you just keep learning and progressing and whatnot.
Yeah, that's kind of how, like, just that it's a small world, the even the MMA world, the connections that are around is such a small world. It's crazy. But me and Trevor are both from Fort Macleod, and that's where I grew up. I played rugby, played hockey, and then coming into Lethbridge, didn't know of each other at all, but then just kind of crossed paths with jiu-jitsu, and from there, everything just kind of fell into place, and now working with them is awesome, and yeah, it's pretty cool how things can fall into place like that.
Yeah, absolutely, and it seems like things fell into place pretty quickly for this fight here. I'm kind of wondering like how this opportunity came about. Like, was it from like EPOK agency kind of reaching out and kind of setting it up, or what was the progression?
100% AJ at EPOK, man. He was putting in work, and uncertainty because of everything going on in 2020 and around the world. Like, who knew when my next fight opportunity would come? And with the layoff we had a really good game plan set. And then COVID-19 hits, and that everything becomes unsure. And he didn't even skip a beat. He just kept hunting. Found an awesome opportunity in this fight with Jose Caceres. XFC, such a cool organization, and looking forward to go and get a fight. Like, crazy opportunity, and super blessed to have it.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm personally happy to see you back at it because, like, me and Brad Wall have talked at certain past events, and it would seem at, like, different junctures there were injury issues kind of bogging you down and kind of impeding the career progression if maybe there was the clean bill of health. So on that level, I'm very happy to see you be able to get back to it and get back out there.
Yeah. Me too, man. I, always confident that I was coming back. I was just waiting and taking the time off with the injury. Just was like, okay, I realized that even how much more important the lifestyle is, and when you're rehabbing a serious injury, like the frustration of not competing is something that drives us all athletes in general insane. Like, there's seasons to life, and we can't be doing this forever. So being sidelined, it sucked, it hurt. But with a good plan in place, like AJ, Brad, everyone on my team, just kind of keeping me headstrong and waiting, and then now feeling 100% and just ready to compete is, back when the injury happened, oh man, I was like, geez, pissed. But it's crazy how things will open up like this, and now there's this opportunity because of all of that. Super excited for that. But just weird how the world works, weird how life works.
Yeah, definitely a curious situation, but it seems like you're comfortable in a number of different ways, just in the sense of, like, I was noticing this one was at lightweight instead of the usual, featherweight activity and whatnot. And when we actually were speaking at KOTC Canada 73 there, you were saying you'd lost your voice and sort of theorizing it came from the weight cut to 145 there. Like, how happy are you for the lightweight camp? Like, how different does the body feel heading into this one?
Yeah, I think it feels really good. I mean, I've been so adamant to get back into the full lifestyle and swing of things, and so I've been pushing towards it anyways, and 145 is right there. But for the first fight back, I feel so good at 155. Like, I get to stay strong, I get to keep lifting, so and I love food, so I've got to be strict on my diet, but I still get to enjoy things like salmon and some of the things like that. So it feels pretty good to be fighting at 155.
So is 155 maybe like a temporary move just to get your feet under you kind of thing? Like, is featherweight like an imminent return, or how would you characterize that?
I like both. I'll fight at either. I wanted to fight at both. But I also got a smart team here behind me, and if their game plan is to take fights at 145, I can make that weight. So that's what I'll do. And, it's just, I think, really going with the flow and the opportunities that present itself, making sure I work hard every day at getting better. And then when the opportunities present itself, they will. And in this case, it's a 155 tournament, and I feel like I can beat anyone in the world. So that's what I'm going to go out and do. Like, this opportunity came up. AJ gave it to me and said, "Hey, 155 tournament." I was like, "Yep, let's go."
Yeah, I love the attitude. It's a great mindset to have. But, specifically talking about your opponent here, Jose Caceres, kind of familiar territory for you in as far as you're fighting another veteran opponent. I mean, this guy has fought, Colby Covington, Nico Price. He has a victory over Kamaru Usman, obviously the reigning UFC welterweight champion. It seems like you think he's like a slick guy and, he's like a talented individual all around. What are the big spots you're looking for in that fight? Like, what are the stylistic tells that I guess you expect from him and you're going to be adjusting to on the fight?
I mean, I think he has a lot of fights. I think his record's 15-10.
Yep.
Like, he's well experienced, and he's fought obviously some of the best in the world, and he's beat some of the best in the world. So I'm not taking him lightly anywhere. I expect him to understand the entire game in mixed martial arts. I know that he does. He has a lot of finishes with submissions and grappling exchanges, and he's really slick on the ground. He's going to be a lot longer than me, so it's not something I haven't dealt with before. But I mean, it's something to make sure I'm aware of, and I'm really coming out to put my game plan on him. Like, I'm ready to break his will down, and that's what my fighting style is I'm just going to be coming forward, putting pressure on. I'm going to try and cut off the cage and, drown him.
And I kind of wanted to ask about this because I'd seen a feature with MMA Empire that I thought was kind of interesting. Like, people were getting asked about what their, favorite MMA fights were, and I saw that yours was Matt Hume versus Eric Paulson. Are you a guy that really digs into the history of the sport? Because I mean, that's a bit of a deep cut there.
Yeah, I love every bit of combat sports, and not just combat sports, deeper martial arts. Like, I'm always willing to learn and open to learning because I love all of it. Even some of the snake oil. Like, I find that humorous, and I like learning about the things that are shitty to do and the things that are the right way to do. And that goes to like Eric Paulson, Matt Hume, all those guys that are wizards and trainers. And it's cool, like I said earlier, how small the combat sports world is, and just how it is a small world. Like, Brad Walt, man, my coach, Trevor Hardy, the amount of guys that they've been around that are deep in the combat sports world, and the amount of guys that know them, I'm lucky to have a training surrounding me like that in southern Alberta. Like, it's a crazy little concoction of exceptional martial artists.
Yeah, it's a great fight town for sure. Like, I've always enjoyed going to Lethbridge and covering the fights, and just like the connectivity in the community is a beautiful thing to see for sure, man.
It's surprising for the size and where we're at. Like, it is a really solid fight town. Yeah, same thing. You got all three of, you got Brad Wall, you got Trevor Hardy, Lee Mean. Like, it goes deep, and the judo here is high level. It's a pretty lucky little gem, actually.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And then the fact that there's that crossover and stuff like that too, because like, I mean, I remember even like a few years ago, there was maybe more of a dynamic with training where it's like, oh, I'm one of these guys, I got to train here, I can't go train over there. But it seems like you guys have a great attitude and are like, no, let's learn technique, let's kind of get out there.
It's definitely started to open up, and yeah, I don't know everything about and talk about everything beforehand, but everyone's getting along and training really good together. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, no, man, I definitely, like seeing that even from my perspective too. But I thought to ask about this too. I think this was in your EPOK agency bios, talking about your nickname Big Nasty, which I guess I didn't really think much about the origins of that. But apparently you're like the guy that would do like the gross out kind of things among your group of friends there. Like, where did that initially come about?
I don't want to claim all the credit now. It was mostly, that was just our group of friends. Growing up, you're in high school in a small town, like, we're having fun every day. You'd leave school, you'd have fun with your buddies. And I know Jackass was around, like that movie had come out. And
oh, yeah.
So you got some crazy heroes that you got to try and represent. And sometimes you are the challenger one. But yeah, I would take on a challenge pretty much any turn. I had a few friends that would do extreme things too, though, so I don't want to take all the credit.
So there's like a communal aspect to it. Like, there's a small like group of like Jackass lads out in Fort McLeod there, kind of thing.
Yeah, my whole group, the Wolf Pack. Shout out to the Wolf Pack. They're all nuts.
Yeah, it's been quite a road, Fort McLeod, and then like the Lethbridge Trolls and stuff like that. It's been a fun one, man. It seems.
Yeah, it is. It's cool. I feel like super lucky though. It's the same thing with those guys. Tom Harris was in the Wolfpack, and he's kind of who introduced me to martial arts. And all of those guys, I grew up playing sports with all of them. So it's funny how these things just fall into place. And even talking about rugby the other day, like fighting at 155 seems like a topic that keeps coming up. And to me, I'm good either way. It's like playing rugby. You're all sizes, there's every size of rugby player. There's the big props that are huge, looking to crush you, and that's the thing. It's a tough sport too. So they're coming out to kill you. Same mindset, kill or be killed. And I had to tackle big guys, and so I've never put as much weight into that debate as it seems there is. But 145, 155, like I like fighting, man. I like competing. That's what I love. So yeah, it's funny how the world of Fort McLeod traveling to the world of Lethbridge and just kind of made me the way I am, and lucky for fighting because it works out well.
I guess for me with the weight thing, it was more like, oh, Tom captured that XFC featherweight title, and oh, now he's gonna go to lightweight and he's gonna try to take over two divisions. But no, it seems it's interesting that you're keeping the options open, man. But great, that you were able to make time to speak to me and everything like that. And I want to be mindful of your schedule, man. So is there anything you'd maybe like to add as a parting thought as we're wrapping up here?
Just my shout outs, but other than that, thank you for you reaching out to me. I appreciate it. I love the interviews and getting to talk to everyone and staying in the MMA world. Like, it's a cool community, the MMA Twitter, MMA world, the MMA universe. So just my shout outs to my sponsors. So it should be Progressive Fighting Academy, of course. Everyone here, the team here is awesome. Hard training, everyone there, same thing, just incredible. Everyone's pushing to be better every single day, and I love that attitude. Everyone at EPOK agencies, they're working on just nonstop to make their athletes better and the whole team better, and we can grow and move forward all together. And then I got Frontline Towing, saved me more than once, so they're an awesome sponsor. Adapt and flow optimization, and that's it.
Yeah, you mentioned it being a fun community to be a part of and whatnot. It's been fun to even follow along with your journey too. Like I mentioned the KOTC Canada 73 card, but I also did some commentary on your very first pro win there at XFC 6. So it's been a fun journey to follow along with, man.
Yeah, I agree, and shout out to you too, because it has been fun, and just the fights you've been there for, and like it's a tight knit community. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a beautiful.
Yeah, awesome. Darren there, he's incredible too.
Yeah, no doubt, man. A great community, and this is going to be a great fight. It's going down on November 11th. XFC 43, Jose Caceres and Tom O'Connor going at it in the lightweight division. Thanks for all the time and insights, man.
You have to tune in. Don't miss it.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, people will be getting reprimanded if they miss this one. This is going to be a killer fight, but I appreciate all the time and insights, man. Always good getting to talk to you, and yeah, just best of luck with the remaining part of the prep, and you enjoy your day, too.
Sweet, thanks so much, man. You too. Have a great day.